But a minute ago you were talking about "I Don't Wanna Be,"
Yeah,
and this is also was the theme song for One Tree Hill,
right,
obviously. And
right,
last year's season, I'm very curious about that. In last year's season, there was a various covers of that song in the opening credits.
right.
I think by about 20 artists, even more. So
Yeah.
how did it come down to that idea? And do you have a favorite cover from those covers?
It's funny. Well, I honestly had nothing to do with that. That was something that was a decision that the producers of the show wanted to try out. I think to kind of, create something that was interesting, for their listeners
Mm.
and their viewers. I personally,
Yeah.
I don't have a favorite cover of it because I honestly tried not to listen to covers. I listened to a few at some point, covers of songs of mine. You get curious and you listen, and then you start, as a singer, you start singing things a little differently because you heard all those other renditions of it,
Yeah.
and you start, it gets kind of risky creatively. For me, I might drift off of what my melody is supposed to be because it makes its way into your psyche, and it's hard to forget it once you've heard it.
Yeah.
It's one of those funny things, but there was a particularly entertaining cover of that song once that had nothing to do with the show. It was there's a big artist in the States. I don't know if he's big here. His name is T-Pain.
Oh yeah.
And you know T-Pain?
Yeah, yeah, I do.
T-Pain had done a cover of it, and he had made a video of it.
Oh,
So you can find like T-Pain's video and cover of the song, and it's really entertaining. And he's like wearing, him and his buddies are wearing costumes like prison guard costumes and prisoner costumes,
cool.
looking like like kind of like cartoon characters like Cookie Crisp or the Hamburglar.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna check that out.
Dude, it's really funny. So if you get a chance, that's definitely worth seeing.
Oh, awesome. But since your song is actually not only "I Don't Wanna Be," but a lot of other songs are featured in movies and TV series. So have you actually yourself considered a career on TV or in the cinema? Can we see a Gavin Degraw, the blockbuster summer movie?
That would be cool, man. I mean, I think everybody in the entertainment world kind of has their fantasies of doing other types of work in the entertainment world. Like ball players want to be musicians, and actors want to sing or be athletes, and singers want to act, play basketball, and who knows, So I definitely gave up my dream of being a ball player because I realized that I'm not 7 feet tall. But the acting thing might be doable because I could always stand on top of a soapbox or wear heels.
Oh my God!
So you know what I mean. So maybe I can do that at some point. It's not height related.
That would be intriguing to see.
Yeah, I mean that would be pretty cool for to me to just experiment with something else. Especially if if you could shoot on location somewhere for a couple months, and I could actually live in one place for a couple months just working on a flick. That would be kind of cool.
You do travel a lot, actually, don't you?
Oh man, forget about it.
I was wondering.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, like you must experience so many different cultures, and as I told you, in this city we have so many international students. So a lot of people come here, and they have problems accepting or accepting a new culture. So how do you experience a new culture? How do you go and say, I'm going to live here for a while, and how do you get accustomed to a new place?
Yeah, how do you decide even where to be? It's funny. I grew up in a really small town that really wasn't that exciting. So what becomes really confusing for me is going to different countries and staying in really cool cities because everyone that I go to kind of feels like it's a lot more fun or has a lot more to offer than where I grew up, so it becomes even that much more confusing for me. Cause I'm like, wow, this place is way cooler than where I grew up. And, the next day you go to another place like, this is way cooler than where I grew up too,
Yeah.
And that tends to happen to me almost every single day I'm on tour.
Oh, wow.
So it's hard for me to decide,
Well, do you then have one favorite place that you like to go or to come back? You don't have to say the Netherlands.
It's tough, man. You know, obviously as an artist, I really enjoy Amsterdam. There's a lot of cool stuff to do. You know, some cool museums. There's some music, and it's great to go where people appreciate you. Yeah. Yesterday we were in Cologne, Germany, and that was amazing. You know, I had a hotel that was just staring right at the Köln Dome.
Ah, beautiful.
Yeah, incredible. And the day before that, we were in Copenhagen, and you know, I go to my favorite cafe out there in Copenhagen because I really like tomato soup. Don't ask me why, but I like tomato soup more than anybody I've ever met, apparently. And I go to this one place, and I get their tomato soup, and it's on a street in Copenhagen that is the longest walking street. I guess it's the longest walking street in Europe or Northern Europe. It's like, I believe about 1 mile long, and no cars allowed. It's just pedestrian traffic. Yeah, and so it's kind of cool, you know, there's just shops and cafes.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. So there's just some great towns like that, and Aarhus and Oslo. We were just in Oslo and Stockholm.
Yeah, everywhere there is something beautiful to see.
There's really some great stuff happening. Europe, you know, has very strong cultures. You know, there's this great competition between each of the countries that I really appreciate. You know, some people say they don't think competition is cool, but I think competition is great because it allows each of these countries to maintain little bits and pieces of their culture that are strong, and kind of as a traveler, I can really appreciate it because I could see the differences from country to country, and it makes things so much more interesting rather than everything being the same and it being homogenized, you know?
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I know you're busy, so I'm just gonna get to the end, and in the end, I would just like to play a small game, just for kicks.
Cool.
So I'm just gonna say a few random things, and then you say the first thing that pops in your mind, okay?
Okay.
Okay, fun.
Fun?
Yes.
Movies.
Creativity.
Art.
Bike.
What did you say?
Bicycle.
Bike?
Yeah.
Too cold.
Celebrity crush.
Actresses are complicated.
Okay. Guilty pleasure. Oh, I know what the answer to that is.
Christmas song.
Yes. And tomato soup, maybe.
And tomato soup, yeah, it's true.
And last but not least, Gavin Degraw.
It's complicated.
Oh, that is a good answer. It's better than it's simple.
Just as complicated as actresses.
Okay, well, thank you very much for taking the time. This was really exciting for me. I've been a big fan of yours for almost a decade now.
Wow, man, thank you so much.
And if I could just ask you one more thing, can you just please say, hi, this is Gavin Degraw, and you're listening to Happy Hour FM.
Hi, this is Gavin Degraw, and you're listening to Happy Hour FM.
Well, thank you very much. It was fantastic.
Wait, you know what? Celebrity Crush.
Oh, yeah.
Charlize Theron, right?
Oh, yes.
Amazing.
Very good answer.
Yeah. But not when she was in Monster.
Oh, God, no. Definitely not. Oh.
All right, bro. I appreciate it, man.
I really appreciate it very much. I'm very excited for the concert tomorrow. And
I look forward to it. Oh, come say hey to us.
Yeah, sure.
All right, cool, bro.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Good luck. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.